Do you know what separates people who rise from people who remain? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's what they do in the first 21 minutes of their morning. Because in those 21 minutes, you set the tone for your entire day. You choose, will today control me or will I control today? Let me show you how to make those 21 minutes the most powerful minutes of your life. Do you know what separates those who rise from those who remain stuck in the same place year after year? It's not intelligence, it's not money, it's not privilege, it's awareness. The awareness that every single morning is a new chance to take command of your life before the world starts demanding pieces of you. The truth is, the first few minutes after you wake up are sacred. They are the birthplace of momentum, the spark of clarity, the foundation for every choice that follows. That's what commanding your mind really means. It's not pretending everything's perfect. It's training your thoughts to find the light even when the world feels dark. It's saying, I choose strength before the day even gives you a reason to. When you do that, you transform from a passenger in your own life into the driver. These first 3 minutes are your foundation. They are the quiet revolution that begins every great transformation. You don't need an hour. You don't need a fancy ritual. You just need intentionality. Because when you start your morning by commanding your mind, you build a rhythm of self-respect that echoes through every action you take. You stop reacting and you start creating. You become the kind of person who doesn't wait for motivation. You generate it. And as the days become weeks and the weeks become months, you'll notice the shift. You'll notice how the world begins to move differently around you. Because you've changed the frequency you're operating on. You'll no longer just wake up. You'll rise. The first 3 minutes of your morning are the opening scene of your life story. Don't waste them scrolling through someone else's highlight reel. Use them to speak, breathe, and believe in the person you're becoming. Because when you start your day by commanding your mind, you're not just preparing for the world, you're preparing to conquer it. Energy. That's what this is all about. The kind of raw, unstoppable energy that doesn't come from caffeine or adrenaline, but from intention, from movement. You see, your body was never designed to sit still and wait for inspiration to strike. It was built to move, to stretch, to awaken. The moment you get out of bed, your body is begging you to remind it that it's alive. Because motion is not just physical, it's emotional, mental, spiritual. Every great day begins when you move like you mean it. When you take those few minutes to awaken your body, you're not just waking up muscles, you're waking up courage, focus, and purpose. Those first movements tell your mind, we're not here to coast, we are here to conquer. The next 5 minutes of your morning are not a warm-up, they're ignition. The way you move your body determines the way your brain performs. Science proves it. Physical movement increases oxygen, heightens focus, and elevates your state of mind. But beyond the science, it's about the symbolism. When you move your body with intention, you're sending a message to yourself, I am active in my own life. You're refusing to stay dormant. And that message matters, because it becomes your mental signature for the rest of the day. When you walk with power, you think with power. When you breathe with depth, you act with depth. That's why those 5 minutes are sacred. They're not optional. They're the difference between surviving the day and owning it. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't need a gym. You don't need perfect form. You need passion. You need presence. You could be doing jumping jacks, yoga, shadow boxing, dancing, whatever wakes your blood and ignites your soul. What matters most is not what it looks like, but what it feels like. Feel your heartbeat rise. Feel your breath deepen. Feel the power coursing through you as your body remembers what it's capable of. Every stretch, every step, every drop of sweat is a reminder that you are not fragile. You are fierce. You are built for more than exhaustion and routine. You are built to move mountains, and the first mountain you move each day is yourself. This isn't just exercise, it's embodiment, it's transformation in motion. And here's something powerful: the energy you create through movement doesn't just stay in your body, it radiates outward. It changes how you speak, how you walk, how you connect with people. It sharpens your presence. People feel it when you walk into a room, this quiet, grounded, unstoppable energy that says, I'm here and I'm ready. That's what happens when you start your morning with movement. You carry a vibration of confidence that no circumstance can dim, because you've already proven to yourself before breakfast that you can generate energy from within. You didn't need the world to motivate you. You became the source of motivation. That's how leaders think. That's how champions operate. They don't wait for momentum, they create it. But let's be honest, there will be mornings when your bed feels heavier than your goals. When your mind whispers, 5 more minutes. Those are the mornings that test your discipline, and that's when you have to remind yourself, energy is not a gift, it's a choice. The moment you move, even just a little, everything shifts. Resistance turns into rhythm, doubt turns into drive, and the act of moving, of refusing to stay still, becomes a declaration: I am stronger than my excuses. You don't have to feel like it. You just have to start. The feeling comes after the action, not before. So on the days you feel your weakest, move anyway. Because that's when those 5 minutes matter the most. That's when they build the fire that keeps you unstoppable. Once your body is awake, your spirit catches fire. You'll notice how quickly your mindset changes. Suddenly, ideas flow faster. Your posture straightens. Your voice steadies. You stand taller, not because the world has changed, but because you have. You've shifted from passive to powerful. Those 5 minutes of intentional movement are a microcosm of your life. They prove that transformation doesn't require time. It requires decision. Every stretch you take is a statement: I choose to rise. Every drop of sweat says, I refuse to settle. And as that energy spills into the rest of your day, you begin to realize success is not found in a destination. It's built in motion, one powerful morning at a time. Move like you mean it. Because when you move, you remind your body that you are alive, your mind that you are capable, and your soul that you are unstoppable. Those 5 minutes of movement are not just exercise. They're an act of rebellion against mediocrity. The world doesn't give energy to the still. It responds to the ones who move with purpose. So rise, move, and awaken the force that already lives inside you. You are not here to drift. You are here to drive your life forward. Information is everywhere. It's overflowing, endless, and loud. But inspiration, that's rare. That's sacred. That's what truly feeds your fire. The next 4 minutes of your morning are where you decide what you allow into your mind. Because what you consume becomes what you create. You cannot feed your brain chaos and expect clarity. You cannot drown your thoughts in noise and expect peace. This is where so many people go wrong. They wake up, grab their phones, scroll through bad news and meaningless content, and then wonder why they feel empty, anxious, or uninspired before the day even begins. Your mind is soil. Whatever you plant will grow. So choose to plant greatness. Choose to feed yourself thoughts that lift you higher. These minutes are your time to fuel your inner fire with intention. When I say feed the fire, I don't mean motivation that fades by lunch. I mean fuel that transforms your entire state of being. What are you reading? What are you listening to? What words are shaping your emotions? Every piece of content you allow into your mind either adds energy or drains it. You need to start your morning by filling your inner world with truth, strength, and purpose. Listen to a podcast that challenges you to think bigger. Read a page from a book that reminds you who you are. Watch something that stirs your courage instead of your comparison. Because here's the truth, the brain is programmable. Whatever you feed it first sets the tone for everything that follows. Those 4 minutes are your chance to take control of that programming. To consciously say, I decide what enters my mind today. Most people underestimate how much power they have over their internal world. They think their emotions are random, their mindset is accidental, their focus is luck. But everything you feel is a product of what you feed yourself. Imagine your mind like a fire. Leave it unattended and it fades. Feed it garbage and it smokes. Feed it with fuel that burns bright. Gratitude, courage, belief, and it roars. Every morning you hold that match. You can ignite your inner strength or smother it under the weight of distractions. Feeding your fire is not just about motivation. It's about conditioning your brain to see possibility instead of problems, to seek opportunity instead of fear. The words you read, the sounds you hear, the energy you absorb, all of it becomes the lens through which you experience life. So ask yourself every morning, am I feeding my fire or extinguishing it? And here's something you need to understand. Greatness doesn't come from what you know. It comes from what you believe. You can know every success principle in the world, but if you don't believe in your power to apply them, they mean nothing. That's why these 4 minutes are not about information. They're about inspiration. They're about speaking directly to your belief system. Every affirmation, every quote, every sentence that reminds you of your worth is not fluff, it's fuel. It's you taking ownership of your internal dialogue, because no one else will. The world won't hand you belief, you have to build it. And you build it by feeding your mind things that make you remember who you are at your core, capable, relentless, unstoppable. Inspiration is not luxury, it's a lifeline. You've probably heard the saying, you are what you eat. But what most people forget is, you are also what you consume mentally. Your diet is not just food, it's content. It's conversation. It's thought. The people you follow, the shows you watch, the words you replay in your head, all of it is shaping your energy. So when you spend your morning feeding your fire, you're choosing to curate your mental environment. You're saying, I won't let negativity sit at my table today. You're building invisible armor, confidence that carries you into the chaos of the world with calm and control. Those 4 minutes may seem small, but they ripple through your entire day. They decide whether you react or respond, whether you complain or create, whether you survive or soar. This is the beauty of feeding your fire. You become your own source of inspiration. You stop waiting for someone else to light the spark. You stop looking for permission to feel powerful. You stop needing motivation from the outside world because you've already built it within. You start walking into every situation with quiet conviction because you've already spent those few sacred minutes reminding yourself of your mission, your values, your strength. That's what it means to feed your fire. It's not about hype, it's about harmony, aligning your thoughts with your purpose until they burn with unstoppable focus. When you master that, you stop chasing the light. You become it, feed the fire within you. Because if you don't, the world will feed you its noise, its doubt, its fear, and you'll call it reality. Those 4 minutes of inspiration aren't just a habit, they are a revolution. Choose what fuels you. Choose what shapes you. Fill your mind with strength, courage, and conviction every morning, and watch how your life begins to transform. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are their creator. So feed your fire every single day and let that fire guide you to everything you were born to become. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the life you truly want. Not the one you've settled for, not the one others expect of you, but the one that sets your soul on fire. The next 3 minutes of your morning belong to vision. Because when you learn to visualize your victory before the world even wakes, you're not just dreaming, you're programming your mind for success. Your brain doesn't know the difference between something vividly imagined and something physically experienced. Every image, every emotion, every scene you replay in your mind becomes a rehearsal for reality. Most people drift through their days reacting to circumstances, but visionaries live from intention. They create their day before it begins. They see it, feel it, own it, long before it happens. That's how true transformation begins. Visualization is not fantasy, it's focus. It's an act of creation. The greatest athletes, performers, and leaders in the world use it because they know that everything begins twice. Once in the mind and once in reality. When you visualize your success in detail, what it looks like, how it feels, what it smells and sounds like, you activate the same neural pathways you'd use to live it. You are literally training your brain to believe that victory is familiar. And what's familiar becomes possible. So close your eyes each morning and see it. The deal closing, the project thriving, the version of you that handles challenges with grace and grit. Feel that surge of confidence as if it's already yours. The universe responds to conviction, not confusion. When your vision is clear, your actions align and life begins to meet you halfway. The power of visualization lies in emotion. It's not enough to picture success, you have to feel it. Feel the pride, the peace, the power that comes from achieving what once felt impossible. Let that emotion fill your chest until it becomes real. When you connect feeling with vision, your subconscious begins to crave the outcome. It starts scanning the world for opportunities to make that vision tangible. Suddenly, ideas flow. Solutions appear. People cross your path at the right time. That's not coincidence, it's alignment. It's your internal energy drawing in external reality. The key is to be specific. Don't just see yourself successful. See yourself walking into that room with confidence, shaking hands, speaking clearly, smiling because you know you've already won. The clearer the picture, the stronger the magnet. But here's what most people miss. Visualization isn't about pretending life will be perfect. It's about preparing your mind to handle imperfection with power. Because when you visualize yourself succeeding, you also prepare yourself for the obstacles along the way. You train your mind to respond instead of react. Picture yourself staying calm when things go wrong. Imagine handling setbacks with patience and creativity. See yourself finding a way even when the path gets hard. That's the secret to resilience. You've already seen yourself survive and thrive in your mind before the test even arrives. So when it does, your brain says, I know this, I've been here before. That's how leaders are made. They don't wait for the storm to pass. They've already built their strength in silence. Every morning that you take time to visualize your victory, you're planting mental blueprints for success. You are building your identity from the inside out. The world will try to convince you that seeing is believing, but the truth is believing is seeing. When you believe it first, you start showing up differently. You speak differently. You carry yourself differently. You make decisions that align with the person you're becoming, not the person you've been. Visualization is not daydreaming, it's declaring. It's you standing in your truth before the world recognizes it. Every great achievement began as a mental picture that someone refused to stop believing in. And that someone can be you, if you dare to see it before it's visible. The next time you wake up, before you touch your phone, before the noise of the world reaches you, close your eyes and create the day you want to live. See yourself moving with purpose. See conversations going right. See breakthroughs unfolding with ease. Let that image be stronger than your doubts, louder than your ears, clearer than your distractions. You are not waiting for miracles, you are becoming one. And as you walk through your day, keep returning to that vision. Breathe it in, protect it, nurture it. Because what you see inside yourself consistently, you will one day see around yourself inevitably. That's not magic. That's mastery, the mastery of the mind, the mastery of focus, the mastery of creation. Visualize your victory every morning. Because if you don't see it first, you'll never step into it fully. The world can only reflect the images you project. Don't let fear paint your future. Let faith design it. See the win, feel the win. Believe in the win until it becomes the only outcome possible. Your imagination is not a place for escape. It's a workshop for creation. Every time you visualize, you are rehearsing greatness. And soon, you won't just see it, you'll be living it. Gratitude. It's the quiet power that transforms everything it touches. The next 3 minutes of your morning are not about goals, pressure, or to-do lists. They're about grounding yourself in appreciation. Gratitude isn't a fluffy concept or a nice thought. It's one of the most powerful emotional states you can live in. It shifts your energy from scarcity to abundance, from fear to faith, from chaos to calm. When you start your day with gratitude, you are telling the universe, I already have everything I need to begin. You stop chasing fulfillment outside yourself and start recognizing that it's been inside you all along. That recognition changes how you walk, talk, and think. Because when you begin from a place of thankfulness, you attract more things to be thankful for. The world teaches us to measure success by what's missing, by what we don't have yet, haven't achieved yet, haven't become yet. But gratitude flips that script completely. It says, look again. You already have more than you realize. Think about it. You woke up this morning. Your lungs filled with air. Your heart kept beating without being told. You have people who care for you, dreams that still burn inside you, a future that hasn't yet been written. Gratitude brings you back to that truth. It dissolves the illusion of lack. Because when you start noticing the simple miracles, the breath, the warmth of sunlight, the roof over your head, you stop living in the constant chase for more and start feeling the fullness of now. Those 3 minutes of gratitude aren't just reflection. They're evolution. And the beautiful thing about gratitude is that it grounds you while also lifting you higher. When you acknowledge what's already working in your life, your nervous system relaxes, your mind clears, and your heart opens. You stop operating from desperation and start moving from inspiration. Gratitude doesn't make you passive, it gives you power. It roots you in confidence because you realize life is not against you, it's working for you. Even the challenges that once made you bitter can become your blessings when seen through the right lens. Every setback taught you strength. Every failure gave you wisdom. Every heartbreak carved space for deeper love. When you see that, you stop resenting your past and start respecting it. Gratitude gives meaning to pain and purpose to struggle. But gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a practice. It requires consistency, not convenience. Some days it will feel easy, other days it will feel impossible. And that's when it matters most. When everything is falling apart, gratitude becomes your anchor. When fear is loud, gratitude becomes your volume control. When nothing makes sense, gratitude reminds you that something always does. In those moments, you have to choose gratitude. Write it down. Speak it out loud. Say, I'm thankful for this lesson even when it hurts. Gratitude in the storm is what transforms you into someone unshakable. Because gratitude isn't denial, it's defiance. It's the decision to focus on the light even when darkness surrounds you. It's the ultimate act of strength. And here's the truth that will change your mornings forever. Gratitude attracts. The more thankful you are, the more reasons you find to be thankful. It's not magic, it's magnetism. When your energy is rooted in appreciation, your vibration rises. You stop begging for opportunities and start attracting them naturally. People want to work with, help, and be around someone who radiates gratitude. Because that energy feels safe, powerful, real. Gratitude turns you into a magnet for blessings. Not because the universe suddenly favors you, but because you finally align yourself with everything that's been waiting for you. It's impossible to be deeply grateful and deeply fearful at the same time. One cancels the other, and gratitude always wins. So, as you stand in those 3 minutes each morning, take inventory, not of what's missing, but of what's present. Whisper thank you for the small things, the big things, and even the uncertain things. Thank your body for carrying you this far. Thank your challenges for teaching you what comfort never could. Thank yourself for not giving up. The moment you do that, your entire energy